okay if I used to eat cotton candy the whole time because it is a silent treat.
Eh, Yeah, I, d- I don't. What else would you describe as a silent treat?
It's, I think, only this. I mean, quieter than gum, quieter than a lozenge.
I don't even
Not that
know.
I'd call a lozenge a treat, but like a little hard candy, a gobstopper.
Right.
Like you pick it up, it does not make, listen, it doesn't make a noise. You didn't hear any noise. I'm gonna put it in my mouth. It'll dissolve instantly. Silent. A treat for ninjas. I blame you for
A
this.
treat for ninjas.
You told the story about going to the Harlem Globetrotters game and your parents
Yeah,
bought you a cotton candy, and then a Harlem Globetrotter handed you a second cotton candy.
living it
And
up. Courtside seats, baby.
I saw this cotton candy at the store. It's s'mores flavored. There's like fine, fine graham cracker dust in it. It's like an
Interesting.
artisanal cotton candy, and it was like $3. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like,
Now with less noise.
it's gonna take down big pop rocks finally. It's like, I'm gonna live large like Kyle. I'm just gonna buy me a tub of cotton candy because I'm an adult.
That's
And it's
sounds like
perfect for
something
my
I would
adult
do.
lifestyle because you can't hear it on a. This is the one snack I can eat on a podcast. I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep buying
We've
cotton candy.
found a loophole. The one food that you can eat with a microphone right in your face, and it won't annoy people.
Mhm.
I want to ask you this right off
Okay.
the bat. Do you feel like
Yes.
you are a person that has good luck or bad luck?
Oh. I mean, I have good luck in like real schmaltzy terms. Like I have parents that love me, and I get along with my brothers, and I love my job, and I live somewhere nice and safe. But like,
So,
I don't win contests.
good luck in the sense that you don't have bad luck.
I'm Yes, I guess so. Maybe I don't get luck. I get
Okay,
like blessings, you could say.
sure. So I'm asking you this because I I feel like generally I have fairly good luck, or again similar to you, like I just don't have bad luck, right? Um, we're also reading a manga this week that
Yeah.
kind of has something to do with luck. Not really, but there's this idea of like, hey, if good things happen to you, then bad things are right around the corner.
I do worry about that.
I don't ever feel like that I'm like, oh man, good things have been happening to me. Something's about to go wrong. Who
I feel
knows?
like that a lot.
But I have had the worst luck this week, or this like week and a half, and I hate my weather app.
What did your weather app do?
Melissa,
Yeah, you've not told me you've hated it before. Did it? What's
it's
different
only
about it?
it's only this week. So it was what, last week or the week before I came
The
on the
umbrella.
Captain's Log, yeah, and was like, hey, I just got a spiffy new umbrella, and I am way too excited
Mm-hmm.
for this thing, and I haven't got to use it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Not because it's been all sunshine and rainbows, but because whenever it tells me it's gonna rain, it doesn't rain. And then whenever it tells me it's not supposed to rain, it rains. I fucking hate it. And it
Now,
like
is it
it's
the
not
app
it's
or is it the weather? Is the weather disobeying what the app, like the agreement it and the app had together? The weather backed out at the last minute.
they
Maybe
must
like,
be beefing or something.
yeah, I've altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further. What
Right?
if now it never rains?
Like just for it to happen one time,
Hmm.
not that bad. I wouldn't think anything of it, but it was that first that first, like it's not a small one that can fit in my backpack like the
Oh
one I
yeah,
used to
it's a big
have.
boy.
So it's a big one. I have to like carry her around. And that first day, yeah, it was like it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain all day.
Hmm.
And I was like, sweet, I am prepared. Hell yeah. And then it didn't rain, and I was just like, oh well. it's not that bad. It's not supposed to rain tomorrow, so guess I won't need to carry it around. And then I get to work, and I leave work, and it is pouring rain outside, and I am there in like a white t-shirt, just like, okay, well, this sucks. It's like I have to like wait it out or call an Uber or something because I don't want to walk to the bus stop and all of that stuff. And so I had to deal with that. And then it happened like 2 or 3 more times throughout the week. It was like, it's going to rain. And I was like, sweet, I'm prepared. I know what's going to happen this time.
Boy.
Yeah. And it didn't happen. And then the next day, it was like, it's not going to rain until like 2 a.m. You'll be fine. And then I get out of work and it's dark and cloudy. And it's like, okay, it's not raining yet. But I look off that way. Oh boy, it is dark and scary, and that's the direction I need to go in.
Oh boy.
And so yeah, I made it all the way to Kroger, got all my groceries, walked outside, and it was pouring rain. And I had to like wait the storm out for like 30 minutes just standing there like, please stop raining.
Oh no!
I don't want to call an Uber because I'm stubborn.
Oh, you're innocent.
Oh well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 62 of the Whatnauts Captain's Log. My name is Kyle Springer. The one eating the cotton candy is Melissa Wilkinson.
It's me, your sugar girl.
Yeah, that's who we are. We are doing our thing again this week.
Mm-hmm.
How was your week been, Melissa?
It's been pretty good. We had a weird day at the office yesterday. I told you the power went out. Like the power
Yes.
completely zapped out for a minute or two and then came back on. Look at you drinking whiskey while I sit here eating cotton candy. Oh, dang. Oh, we're going to party tonight.
Yo,
Wow.
I have my whiskey. I have my Mountain Dew.
Do they go together?
No. And I have
I
my
wouldn't think
water in my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cup. Because I am a grown-ass man.
We're just very, very big children.
It's the best. So you had work stuff.
I did have work stuff. The power went out a couple weeks ago. Like it glitched out at like 3 o'clock. And then it came back on, but they were worried about it. So they're like, everybody go home. The IT guy's going to like shut everything down and boot it back up and make sure like everything is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday morning at like really early, it's like 9:30, the lights just start flickering on and off real fast.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's never a good sign.
Oh, it's eerie as heck. And we have a big, like tall ceilinged kind of echoey office building. Like it used to be some sort of a warehouse space that was converted or something like that. Tall ceilings.
Right.
So we have pink noise. I don't know the difference between this and white noise and whatever other color of noise. Maybe it's like the lantern core and pink is like, this is love noise and white noise is like life noise.
I don't want to know what love noise means in an office setting.
Just warm, good feelings. This is why we're all such good friends.
I don't know. So, Melissa, I think it might be a lot dirtier than that.
I mean, I think I'd prefer it to like red noise or yellow noise.
Right. Or just screams in agony.
This will muffle the noise of your next cube mate over's conversation so you can concentrate on working. But so we've got this noise generator.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and you don't notice it at all until it's gone. But this is flickering on and off with the lights too. So it'll be bright and dark, and then it's like and we've all learned by this point, okay, the second this starts, we're under our desks, we are shutting down our computers, we're unplugging everything. And our boss is like standing outside of her like little She's like a legit office. The rest of us just have desks on a floor. So she's standing in her doorway facing out at us talking to on the phone to the IT guy cuz he's not there yet. And the lights behind her in her office are flickering like they're strobing so much. It's the creepiest image. Yeah, it's us. And it was
That's
too it's
wild.
like quarter till 10. It's too early in the day to like call it out because they're still trying to figure out. We get the tech guy here, we call, the power supply company, like we have to figure out what's going on, how long is it going to take to fix? Because our department, we can take our work home very easily. It's all like within browser stuff,
Sure.
but the other departments can't do that. So what are they going to do? So like everybody just sit tight for a while, keep yourselves entertained. So I suggested let's go into the conference room and sit in a circle and tell scary stories.
There you go. Fun stuff.
I was going to tell him your story about the beam of light, which is still
Yeah.
the spookiest story I've ever heard from another person.
Fucking wild. I have no idea what that what that one was.
So it's like 8 of us sitting around the big conference table, and we started with scary stories, and somehow we devolved into a long conversation about the XFL.
Yeah. That's a scary story.
Football league where you could make up your own name to print on the back of your jersey, and one guy named himself He Hate Me, and we tried to figure out what our XFL names would be, and one guy said Bean Man Get Paid
Bean man, get paid.
because he's vegan, and we make fun of him like, oh, most of
I
your
was gonna
foods
say,
are
why
just
Bean Man?
Bean Man. He mostly eats beans and like oats, and he used to eat a lot of potato chips, but I guess he's changed his ways.
So you mentioned that they could do like they could put fake names on the jerseys, but there have been actual like NFL and NBA athletes who have changed their names legally to like weird things. It's just like why would you do that? Chad Ochocinco, because his number was 86, so it was Ochocinco. And then Ron Artest changed his name to Meta World Peace.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Just a jersey with the word world peace written on
Yeah.
the back.
Yeah. And like just 6 months before, he was running up in the stands, fighting the fans and stuff like that. So it's just
I
like,
guess
what is going on?
he made it like a mantra, I guess. Like I changed
Sure,
my
yeah.
name, new me.
Serenity now. Serenity now.
We all tried to just name ourselves, and it went around the circle like that for like half an hour. And you know me, I'm a big ball of giggles, at
Sure.
home or at the office. The rest of them are like that too. We're just a cackling room while the rest of the office is trying to find something on paper that they can get done. Or like if they have a laptop that doesn't have to be plugged into anything, they're trying to work. So like another department's manager had to come over to the conference room and passive aggressively like shut the door on us.
Yes.
And
Office
we also
drama
had
is the best.
a brand new person. She'd been there like 3 days, and we're like, "Come on in here with us. Get to know
Okay.
us."
There you go. That
This
is certainly one way to
this is
get
what
to
we do.
know
We
everyone.
and it always sounds so mean when I say, "Oh, we're making fun of the vegan guy," but like the spearhead of this is a vegetarian woman who like thinks it's hilarious that it's like, "Really? That's all you've got is like beans and oats, and what do you eat, like a raisin?" She thinks
You
this
eat
is
like a raisin, just one.
She thinks this is hilarious, and he plays along the joke with her, and now the whole office does it.
That's
Just
funny.
we ordered a bunch of pizza once for a meeting, and we're like, "Is Dustin even gonna show up?" And I'm like, "He's gonna show up with his container of brown sludge that he tells us is overnight oats." And that's exactly what he did. Like we've got that number.
Nope, not for me.
And
So
eventually,
we didn't have office drama or lights going out
oh,
and stuff like that, but my week of bad luck continued into the office
yeah.
itself. Yesterday, my computer basically just died.
R.I.P. computer.
Yeah. So I
How
have
old was it?
a
What was its name?
I didn't name it. It was my old boss's laptop. When he
A
left,
laptop.
I got his laptop. I used to have an actual like CPU, but when he left, I started working with a new team, same exact job, but just
Hmm.
with a new team. I was down in the basement. They were all on the third floor.
Oh boy.
So if they needed me to like come upstairs and like talk to them about something, or if I needed to let them know, or if I needed to be in a meeting, I would have to go up to them. And if I needed to show them something on my computer, that means we would all have to go back downstairs and do all that stuff. So they're like, we need to get you a laptop.
Mm.
And they were like, hey, well, your old boss is leaving, so we'll just give you his laptop because that's simple. Um,
Hmm.
and I was like, all right, cool, fine. And it's worked totally fine, but it's an old one. Like it looked like it was
How
new
old?
in like 1995.
Oh
Like I'm okay, I'm
boy.
I'm exaggerating, but still, it looked really old, right?
How thick is it? Oh no! Oh no!
I don't know, like something like that. It was a
That's for
very
the
small boy. Yeah.
for the listening audience. It's like an inch and a half up to 2 inches. That's
Yeah, it was is not good. Um yeah, it was bad, and it was like small, like it was a small like ten
oh
inch
no.
laptop
Oh no.
too, so it was
Does
just
your university need money? Are you guys okay?
no, because then like I would walk around the office and people are there with like new keyboards, new monitors. They have like newer Dell laptops. Some of the like art department stuff has like MacBooks and stuff like that. So I'm like, huh, okay. I see what you guys did with me, the part timer.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
no.
I see what's happening here. Which it might not be exactly what was going on, but yeah. So it actually worked surprisingly well though for a laptop that I thought was super old. Like it was pretty fast. Like it did its job well. I could
Oh
have
good.
multiple browsers open with multiple tabs at the same time, running Photoshop and InDesign and all of that stuff, and it all worked perfectly fine. Which is something my piece of shit Mac can't even do. Um,
In design, I only go up to L design.
in like IN, not
That's
N
the
design.
Kyle, that's the joke. I know what it is.
I know, I know. Come on, Melissa. Whatever.
Gonna roll into a ball and
Melissa,
roll away.
purple is red and blue.
All
so
right, continue.
so I'm sitting there on Thursday and it's being real slow. It will like start to download something and just stop, and then it just sputs out and is like, we're just gonna stop here, and then it would freeze. I had to restart it like 4 times, and by the end of or not the end of the day, but like around 2-ish, I went down to our IT guy and I was just like, hey, my laptop is acting real funky. And he was like, yeah, you're one of the ones with the like really, really old ones, right? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, normally I wouldn't really come down and say much if it was just like kind of being slow, because it like there's been it's days where it's like, okay, you're chugging a bit today, but the next day it'll be totally fine, right?
Chug, chug.
But then he was like, yeah, we'll just get you a new one. I was like, perfect. This is great. So yeah, I went back upstairs and I was like, all right, hey coworkers, my laptop is dead. I can't download the things you guys need me to download to do my job, so I'm just gonna leave. Peace out, and I'll be back tomorrow. And I got in today, and thankfully it was working enough for me to like do what I had to
I
do.
was hoping you'd come in and there'd be a new laptop waiting on your desk with a big bow on it, like a
I
car
wish.
in a Christmas commercial.
I wish. We did just have our Christmas in July party thing. It's not really a
Party,
party, but the
party.
IT guy that I went down to be like, hey, my laptop is not working. Dresses up as Santa and
Wow.
everything. They
Does
had
he
ice
look like
cream today.
Santa to
No,
begin with?
he can't be much older than me. I want to say like early to mid 30s.
Ooh.
And like his hair is short on the side. It's a little bit longer on top. He has like a handlebar mustache that is
Oh,
more
he's
like
hip?
he's more. It's more like hip ironic, but it actually looks decent on him. It's
Yeah,
not like a,
yeah.
oh, you're some like wannabe chopper rider, bike
Yeah.
rider person thing. You know, like you're not some like 50-year-old conservative that like they're trying to take away all my guns. It like no, like he has gauges in his
Okay.
ears and stuff. Yeah. Uh, but he was out there passing out ice cream and stuff, being like, "It's Christmas in July, motherfuckers!"
I love this.
Yeah, so that's great. But so yeah, my laptop died, and I got a new one today. So all is well.
Hooray! Has it been christened in pretty well?
Yeah, I got all my apps downloaded and stuff like that. I put a fancy new background on there and stuff like
What did
that.
you
So
pick?
I what do you think I put on there?
This is the question. See this? See, I see the computer looking at you. I don't know what you see when you look at the computer. I don't know what kind of a desktop man you are.
I have two monitors.
Okay.
One is normal. One is like the tall. It's the turned
Ah.
sideways one. Uh, and yeah, and then there's the like dock thing I have my laptop in.
New wallpaper. New wallpaper. I don't know. Is it like a galaxy?
No, not a galaxy.
What is it? I could guess forever and I might never get it. And
So
this is just boring dead air.
I'm gonna see if I can message it to you
Okay.
in the captain's log. I am not in the right Discord channel. Here we go, captain's log.
Because I make a big deal out of my desktop wallpapers at work because I have a big old screen and not everything I need to do needs to take up the entire screen. So I get like a 2-inch sliver down the middle of the wallpaper. And I go for a lot of beautiful like landscapes and cityscapes. I just go looking for these glossy high res photos and just all over the place.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I just saw Spider-Man, so here's a bunch of nice pictures of New York for me to look at, or here's London, here's Paris, here's my favorite wallpaper is this gorgeous sunset over just like a normal suburb. It's like a barbecue restaurant. Like it's the little strip of like
Melissa,
landscape.
that's so you.
It is, right? That's all I want is sunsets over mundane suburban scapes. It's so like the little strip of landscape's the most normal thing, but the sunset's wild.
So I searched and searched and searched for a good cyberpunk background. Couldn't really find
Oh,
one that was like
oh, I
actually
should have known.
cyberpunk, but it ended
Oh,
up being some like vaporwave
it's
outrun
Outrun.
style thing. Yeah.
I watched the
Um,
video. I learned the difference.
exactly. So yeah, it's for audio listeners. It is like this, like pinkish purple grid going off into the distance, and then there's like mountains, and then this big like magenta sun, like right in the center of it.
It's
Um,
good. You have
that's
nothing on your cubicle walls.
Yes, I was about to comment on that. I think I've
Okay.
mentioned that before on the show at
Why?
some point, because until they show me that they want me there full time, I'm not going to decorate.
No, dress for the job you want, Kyle. Like, put something up there.
If they don't want me, I don't want them.
I covered my dang desk and stuff the
I
second I
I
got
I
there.
totally would. Like if it just feels weird to me to like bring a whole bunch of like posters and action figures and stuff like that to decorate with if I'm only a part timer. Like that seems
But
strange
you've been a
to me.
part-timer for how many years?
4.5 fucking years.
You've earned it. Put a
God damn it!
Spider-Man
I've
up
earned
there.
full time. God damn it!
Put your street sharks up there.
I know, right? I
Show
should have my
them
street
you mean
sharks up there.
business.
They're right back there for those of you guys in the YouTube
The stre- the
version,
street sharks are for my home life.
right?
I don't want to combine work and street sharks. I want to keep the street sharks pure.
Exactly. So enough office stuff. We talk a lot about work stuff.
Me too.
Um, I don't really have much else to comment on this besides that. Hell yeah, there's a Disney Plus bundle for $12.99 that has Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and Hulu.
Very nice.
That's a fantastic deal. I cannot wait for that to come out. Though I heard, if I'm not mistaken, that the Hulu that is in that bundle is not the one without advertisements. It's the one where it's like you pay, but there's still advertisements.
That's fine.
I mean, it's fine for me because I have the one that still has advertisements. But if you have Hulu, the one without the like that would be a
Yeah, I guess it's a
downgrade
downgrade.
for you. So I don't know if they've commented on like, hey, if you already have it, you can still have, or like there's multiple options in there. Like for 15 bucks a month, you then get the one with no ads or something. Who
I'd
knows?
like to see a
But
commercial
I'm
every once in
excited.
a while to keep myself humble. No, I need to be
That being
reminded
said,
I'm
if you
not
guys out there would
above
like to sponsor the
commercials.
Whatnauts Captain's Log, you guys,
I'm
I am
so
happy to whore myself out for some advertisements if it means we can make this profitable somewhat.
I have used both a Lisa mattress and Blue Apron and HelloFresh, the both of them.
Yeah,
So I have experience in lauding an internet product to a willing audience.
yeah,
Love my Lisa mattress. This is the best purchase I've ever made in my entire life.
nice. I need a new mattress eventually.
Lisa,
Yeah,
box the size of a mini fridge.
yeah, and then
Poof.
So yeah, I don't have much else to say on that Disney Plus stuff except that I'm excited.
Yeah, it's coming up sooner and sooner.
Yeah, but I did want to talk about Titans season 2. They just dropped their first teaser trailer. We had
It's out in like a month, like September 6th.
yeah, September
Yeah.
6th is when it comes out. So I wanted to know what you thought. You also have a note here saying that the original season 1 finale had new footage shot and is being re-edited into the season 2 premiere.
Yeah, because okay, the
I did not
Titans
know that.
season 2 trailer goes by so fast.
Yes.
I watched it twice, and then I'm like, I have to find a breakdown for this because I can't tell who these people are.
I had to pause it at one point and be like, all right, who's that? Okay.
I thought Aqualad was like another Flash because I only saw him from like the torso up, and in the lighting it looked red and not orange. And I'm like, what a handsome Flash. And I'm like, oh no, that's a
Yeah.
handsome Aqualad. I'm sorry, friend.
Yeah.
What will he think of me now? I got his name wrong.
He does look a lot more like the classic Aquaman, though, with the like
Yeah.
white
beard.
guy with blonde hair and the
Yeah.
goatee. Like I don't know if I like that look for that character, especially if his name is Lad, Lad.
I can't imagine. You're
I
the
feel like
only modern day lad, Kyle.
right. This goes out to all my lads out there.
Aqua and otherwise.
Yeah, Aqua and otherwise.
Land lads, come at me. Sky lads, deep, deep underground, like molten core of the earth lads.
Mole
All of
Man
you.
lads,
Mole lads.
intergalactic lads,
I
get
live in
at
a
me,
plasma void.
right? Yeah, yeah, what did you think? Because I thought it was actually a really bad teaser.
It's there is so much thrown at you so fast. And there's not really any sense of like tension. It's just like ba 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 bam, ba bam. It's like oh, it's a
I
sizzle reel,
I
but it
think, yeah,
doesn't want to make me buy any steak.
it's trying to go off of spectacle, but
Mhm.
I think the spectacle that they're trying to showcase is more new characters, which isn't the
Yeah.
spectacle that I want from that show.
Yeah.
We won't get into it too much, since we already have a whole
Mhm.
episode of the review show on season 1. I guess that's the only season that's out right now.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, like not much actually. They are building towards something, to this confrontation, right? But based off of this teaser, it doesn't even look like they're going to be doing that in season 2. I like there was no mention of that. Like, everything you've been waiting for, it's happening now in a world where Trigon the Terrible has invaded. And it's like, no, it's just like, we have Aqualad and Crypto, the super dog.
It's all these new characters and like like Corey is in it for a flash of a second. And I'm like,
Yeah,
"No, but I already know and love her. Can I
yeah,
see more of her, please?"
yeah. Yeah, we see more of Hawk and Dove, whoever,
Mhm.
I guess that's them.
Yeah.
We see Donna Troy in her Wonder
Jason's
Girl
in there.
outfit. Yeah, we see Aqualad. I don't think there was anything of Wally West.
Guess
Uh,
not. No.
but I would love to see him in there. And yeah, and then we got Superboy for like a split second there. I still didn't see anything about Cyborg, which is also strange to me. Well, I know he's in the Doom
Mhm.
Patrol show, but that's he's not supposed to be on that team. Stop. Don't do that.
They need him. He is their voice of reason. He's like the one. He's the youngest, but he's the
There's
adult of
not
that
supposed
team.
to be a voice of reason in Doom Patrol. That's supposed to be Niles Calder, their
But
doctor
he's
dude.
missing, Kyle. He went inside a goat.
And that's why that show is supposed to be fucking crazy.
Well, I don't. I'm only like 4 episodes in. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where Cyborg goes or if he's there at the end of the
Who knows?
season. I will watch and report back.
But yeah, I didn't think it was a good like teaser.
And that's the problem the show had in the first season. Like, people were really turned off by that initial trailer, but the show's actually got a
It's not bad.
lot more to it than that. The show's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's not the best, but
Yeah, no,
it has a lot going for it that I
it
think people
does.
weren't expecting.
Yeah, I think there's something in there for a lot of people to find something that they like. Even if they don't like the whole thing as a whole, like there will be a character or a scene or a plot thread for everybody to latch onto somewhere.
Right. Good stuff.
Mhm.
Melissa,
Yes.
what the hell is this elaborate plan for England for when Queen Elizabeth inevitably reaches her demise, as the video like to you.
Yes.
So you sent me a link to this video. It's about 15-20 minutes long,
Uh-huh.
and it is this guy basically narrating the plan of what's going to happen when the queen dies,
Mhm.
and it is ridiculous.
Okay.
What is this?
So months ago, I found a different video that was this is the plan for what England will do when the Queen dies. And then I found another one, and I found this third video today because YouTube has learned this is a topic
It's
I'm
an
interested
algorithm,
in.
yeah.
And I'm interested in this
Once you listen to
because
one, you're fucked.
yeah, so like I'm gonna know everything about the queen, life and death.
Yeah, you keep watching these videos, but pretty soon you're gonna end up on some watch list. Like, why is she watching all of these videos about what to do when the queen dies? Is
So
she
that I
planning
know
something?
what to do when the queen dies.
Is
I
she
work
planning
for
something?
this no, I love the queen. She's my grandma. She was my grandma's grandma. She's been on the throne longer than my father has been alive.
Yeah.
So I work for a British publisher. So this
Oh,
is
I
why
didn't know they were British. Okay,
Mhm.
interesting.
So like all of our most of our contacts, there's another American office we deal with. Most of our contacts are British, and they come to visit us sometimes, and like they brought us British candies, and we gave them like toasted ravioli and the Fitz's soda, all our best St. Louis treasures.
Yeah. Okay.
So, so I am now even tangentially some part of British culture. Try to be more aware of it. These are my business associates. I work with a tremendous amount of people like in Europe now. This
Sure.
is why I watched the video in the first place. Like, oh, I should know this. So, and this plan has been set forever
I think the
because
video said since the '60s they
yeah,
had something.
because she has been monarch since 1952. She is like the longest reigning monarch in their history, and she's the world's grandma, not just mine, not just, my past generations. The world looks up to
I'll
her.
be
That's
damned if, as an American citizen, she's my grandma,
You could
Melissa.
have multiple grandmas. I got her and Betty White, everybody's grandma
Sure.
also.
Yeah.
Plenty of grandmas. Can't have too many grandmas. And like she deserves so much like honor and respect, and there's so much tradition that this has to go perfectly.
Right.
They can't like all show up like the day of like all right,
Well, fuck.
well,
Now what do we do?
what's she gonna wear? Like, what kind of flowers are we gonna get? Where, all right, where can we have a ceremony at? Like, this is all written down,
Yeah.
down to the hour. All these complicated flowcharts of, well, when it happens, they put out this message and it goes to this person and then this person
If
and
she
then this other
dies in
person.
this location, we're gonna do
Yes,
this. If she dies
yes,
in that location, we're gonna do something else. So I have to admit, one, it's a fascinating video, but it was also very funny to me.
yeah, yes, yes.
It like there is like it's not that they have meticulously planned this thing out. That's funny. It's the delivery of this
Yeah,
person.
it's like a very dry delivery.
It's
Yeah.
so dry, and it's just. But it's he also says things like as like such matter of factly, like, and then this is when the tweets will come in from the presidents from around the world, and it's
Yes.
just like, what? How do you know that's when the presidents will tweet? Who told you that?
I've
What?
come to you from the future.
Yeah, right. And like, there's stuff like that. There's also stuff like, and the secret code word that they will use is London Bridge has fallen. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
you just fucked it up, dude. It's no longer secret. It's on YouTube.
What?
Like, they
Not him, it's him.
they can't use that now. Now we're all gonna know if they use it.
Yeah, I've not heard update onto because that's what I've seen in all of these other videos. Like there was a journalist who like did a lot of research into this. Like, all of his sources were anonymous. He was kind of undercover,
Right.
and he's like, "Hey, everyone, FYI, there's a plan in action for this thing. Rest assured, I guess."
Yeah.
And so I've seen other people report on this thing, and they always say that, but I haven't seen any updates to, well, okay, so we're not going to
Seems
use
too
London Bridge is
obvious.
down as the code anymore because now everybody knows it. But the I
The
wanted to know all of this because
the secret code should be Luther season 4 is coming soon. That would throw everyone off, right? Give me more Idris Elba as Luther. Come on, I need it.
That would be exactly what we all needed to. Well, I don't think that's a happy show. I don't know if that would lift us back up, but just some beautiful
I mean, I'd be happy about
screen
it.
caps of Idris Elba's face, I think would do a good job. But I wanted to know this because I'm sure she's in fine health. She is the best care in the world, but like this could happen at any time.
Sure.
This could be like, I'm not looking at my phone. There's nobody that's going to like ring a bell outside my door. I'm not in England. This could
That light
happen right
right
now. We don't know.
behind you won't start flashing in was it red or blue
Blue.
that they said
There's a
blue.
and
They
they
should
to
just
make
make
sure
it purple.
and to make sure everything works, like they test it once a week.
Yeah.
There are so many dry runs and rehearsals. Like the whoever the morticians are, like check on the coffin like every week, like gotta dust the coffin off. It has to be ready.
Ah,
And like
that's
British
wild.
society will shut down. And so working for a British company, I brought this up in a meeting, not to get back to work things, but I brought this up in a meeting once, like, guys, what will happen when the queen dies, like from a business perspective? Like if everybody we work with is in England and England shuts down, what do we do? Are we still on a 24-hour turnaround time scheduled for these projects we have to finish? Do we get extra time off when the queen dies? Are we supposed to send somebody flowers? I
That's a
went
legitimate question.
exactly, and they're like, well, I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out whenever it happens. I'm like, we need to be prepared now. I flipped out about this for like 20 minutes in a meeting once.
Oh
I go,
no,
so
Melissa.
now whenever anybody reads
Oh
anything about the
no.
queen, they send it to me. My favorite part about this entire plan, though, is that BBC newscasters keep a black tie and jacket ready
Yeah,
at moment's notice if they need to
that would
go
make
on and
sense.
report on the
Yeah.
queen's death. They didn't say what happens if it's a female newscaster.
I'm sure they have some kind of like suit jacket thing that they
Yeah,
can
they
still
didn't mention that one. But
put on or
yeah,
something.
like everybody's got like, well, when we report on and like there's music tracks, there's sad and
Yeah,
more sad.
it was sad and saddest
Saddest.
of
Do you think they update
like.
it? Like,
So to give people context, yeah, there's this like whole emergency network put in
mhm.
place to warn newscasters and radio DJs and stuff to be like, hey, in 2 minutes, you guys are gonna need to stop and like do like something is about to be announced. So be prepared. And that I guess that's what the blue flashing light is in all of these like radio stations and stuff like that. But yeah, they have like prearranged music that they can do, and they have two playlists, one entitled sad and one entitled saddest. And it's just the funniest thing ever.
Like, how do
I
you
laughed
decide
so hard.
which one you use? And like, do they re-up? Well, okay.
Oh my god.
There's new saddest music. We have to go around and update
Dude,
the playlist. Like,
how
people
would you
keep the saddest
how would
songs.
you feel if as a musician you get put on the saddest playlist?
Well, it's in honor of the queen, so you might
I mean,
feel
sure. Like,
yeah.
in one sense, you could argue that that's a great honor,
Mm-hmm.
right? But just from a like comedic perspective, like you got put on the saddest playlist ever made, dude.
It's like, Adele, I know you've won Grammys. You might have won an Oscar for the Skyfall song. I don't know, but now saddest music awards.
Fuck.
Yeah, and then the BBC will show extremely limited amounts of comedy in the next 2 weeks.
Restricted. Yes.
This is my favorite part of the entire thing. Like, sitcoms are gone for 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah. No sitcoms. Sitcoms are disrespectful to the queen.
Yeah. It's like we can air this old episode of Sherlock, but it's just the murders. It's none of John and Sherlock bantering with each other. We cut it out.
Right. I think the funniest thing to me was instead of being like, what happens when the queen dies, or if she has a heart a heart attack or something like that, he would always say when the queen meets her demise. And it just seemed like the most sinister thing of just like,
Like there's
why do you
like
have to say the word demise specifically? That
it's
sounds like it's some
personifying it.
like
It's like here's the Grim Reaper, just like
right?
in Good Omens, which you
Like
didn't watch.
I understand that it will be a catastrophic event for your country. But at the same time, using the word demise repeatedly
Demise.
makes it
Demise.
makes it that like it makes it like the caricature of a catastrophic event. Like
It's like they keep saying she will meet her demise, almost like they're teasing a new comic
who
book
is
villain.
he? Right? Like
Oh,
who's this
Josh Brolin
demise
is
guy?
playing Demise.
He can pull a queen. Jeez, he got some game.
Yeah, I watch everything I come across about the Queen's eventual death. I watch, read, whatever to prepare myself cuz like
That's funny.
what is my role? What will I do besides like call my mom and cry and make a cup of tea, which I never do, but like for the
Did
Queen I will.
did
I'll
you
find a
ever
corn she
collect
pet.
Beanie Babies?
Do you want to hear me talk for another 15 minutes?
Uh,
This
I
you're
mean, yes and no. So I'm asking you that because fuck, and this is gonna make me look like an
oh,
idiot.
the
What was her
Princess
name?
Diana
Yeah,
Beanie
that one.
Babies.
Did you have that one?
I don't think we had that one.
'Cause I
No.
had that one. I don't know
Wow.
what happened to all my Beanie
Well,
Babies. I'm
they're
sure they
not worth
got
anything anymore.
tossed out, yeah, or left in the rain. But I remember hearing about all of that stuff of like when she died, and I just didn't understand it at all because
Yeah.
I didn't know who she was, and I had the beanie like I think it was a purple bear with a flower on
Oh,
its
I think
like
it might have been a
left
white
side.
bear with like a purple flower
That
on
might be it,
its chest. I was gonna say lapel. A bear doesn't have that.
right? I mean, hey, if the bear's there to party, it might have a lapel.
Could you imagine an animal that was naturally bred to have naturally occurring lapels? Just like a flap
I mean,
around its neck
it's
for
kind of what a
pins.
lion's mane is, right? Like,
Naturally occurring lapels.
crikey, look at the lapel on that one. Um,
Do you think they'll make a new Beanie Baby for
no,
Queen
no,
Elizabeth?
not at all. Are Beanie Babies still around?
The company Ty is still around. You may have seen a
Are Beanie
they
Babies
make something called a Beanie
around?
Boo, which is a variant of a Beanie Baby. Hold on, they're bigger. They've got big heads and big, shiny, sparkly plastic eyes. You'll see these in a lot of like gift shops and things.
Announced that they would no longer be making Beanie Babies and made a bear called The End.
The end. They didn't even call it like farewell or
Or Tim.
bon voyage.
No, it was just The End.
The end. That's not a
Let's
name.
see. By 2017, Beanie Baby incarnations of characters from My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, were available. So wait, when they're still making shit in 2017?
They may not be Beanie Babies as we
The
know them, but I'm telling you, the
End
company
needs to
still
change
exists
his name.
and
Okay,
is and is still.
who the
They
fuck does
still
he
make
think he
stuffed
is?
animals of some kind. One of my favorite single episodes of any podcast ever is an episode all about Beanie Babies. There's a show called the Jeff Rubin Show. Or it's this guy named
Uh-huh.
Jeff Rubin. He was like one of the originators of college humor, I think. Just like a funny, genial, nerdy internet personality of various jack of all trade tasks. Okay.
I will wait. You
Okay.
go ahead. I don't want to interrupt your story.
And the premise of his podcast is that he just interviews whoever. He talks about whatever he wants.
Sure.
Thus, the Jeff Rubin Show. The theme is himself and things he likes. and he interviewed a guy who had written a book about the Beanie Baby bubble
Mhm.
in the 90s when it was the hottest commodity, when there were like riots at stores trying to get ones. And like this was when
I
eBay
remember
was big.
those.
And like when
Yeah.
eBay first launched, like 10% of all items sold on the site were Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
It was this unfathomably large craze. And then it just burst and died, and they're worth as much as sand now. They're nothing anymore. It's fascinating. And Beanie Babies were around when I was a kid. I had a couple of them, but I was never super into them. And like I had no idea all of that was happening around me. I knew they were popular.
See,
I knew some ones were rare, but I had no idea it was that
it was
pivotal and
wild. I
devastating to people.
I had them. My parents got them for me. I liked them enough, but
What's your
I wasn't the
favorite?
one like being like, we need to collect these because one day they're going to be worth a lot of money.
Exactly.
I was not that at all. Um, but I wanted to add that this says in addition, Babies also expanded their Nickelodeon lineup to with characters from Patrol, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Peppa Pig.
So we can get a splinter
Somewhere
that's
out there, yeah, there is
that's a
a
Beanie Baby.
giant rat that's a beanie baby. Speaking of rats and getting back to this whole wild like what to do when the queen
Yes.
dies, the whole
Yes.
like news system like warning symbol is some acronym that
Rats. It's
is
like radio
rats. Yeah,
something transmission
it's
system.
like the queen is dead. Release the rats, and it's just like it's the it's so funny to me. I love it, but
This whole
it's
thing
like
is wild, and it's like you get I it's necessary. This is all
right,
inevitable. We've all known this. Everything they're preparing for has to happen. It can happen no other way. So you get like it's not a disaster, like it's emotionally bad, but it's not a disaster. This is supposed to happen.
yeah,
Everybody knows it will happen. There is nothing else we can do but what they are preparing to do. So it's like I don't it's like peeking into like this dark, spooky, like
weird,
underbelly or something, but it's all like completely legitimate and safe. Like, oh, like I love a disaster story. Like it kind of scratches this like deep, salty itch in me for just like
sure.
disasters, things falling apart. Just like every once in a while, I'm like, I need to hear about
It's
something
always
terrible.
fun to like watch a train wreck or
Yes,
a
yes.
car accident. It's
Every
horrible,
once in a
but
while.
you can't not look.
Exactly. Like I just want to hear about an absolute disaster of some kind, like
Yeah,
the Cleveland Balloon Festival or the opening day of Disneyland or something
Cleveland Balloon Festival.
in like the 80s, like 86 or something, in to honor it was some sort of a charitable promotional stunt. Cleveland was going to sell thousands of balloons. I think you'd like pay some charity a couple dollars and it would this balloon represents you. And they were going to inflate all these balloons with helium. They're under a huge net and they're just going to release them. Just a flood of balloons in the air over Cleveland. Google this. Google image search this thing right now. Cleveland Balloon Fest. But it was Oh, it was raining and windy the day they'd planned to do this, and it had so much preparation in front of it, they couldn't cancel it, they couldn't move it, so they decided to release all the balloons anyway, and so many of them, like, this was a bad idea to begin with. Like, that's too much rubber to be putting out there in the air. That where is that going to go? Like, so all these balloons got blown off course, or they got, like, pushed down by the
It looks
rain
like
and
some
off
like cloud of like some
nanobots or
virus,
something.
yeah, that you see in a
It's
movie or something.
so such an eerie image. Speaking of Erie, yeah, all these balloons just flew into like Lake Erie. The surface of the lake was covered in balloons.
Just
And
plastic.
and there were like two fishermen that had gotten like lost or shipwrecked or something in a boat the night before. And like the Coast Guard is out there looking for them and they can't see anything because the water's covered with balloons and they
Oh
never
no.
found those men. There's rubber all over the place, like it's blocking like streets and things. See, every once in a while I need to
That's
hear
so
about like
stupid.
a disaster and a logistical nightmare like that to sort of like scratch that itch inside you that loves like
Oh
horror
man.
movies or something. And like everything about the queen dying kind of hits that same sense for me, but it's
Sure.
like this is it's sad, but it's good. Like all of this is
It's
supposed to
it's
happen. This is natural.
oddly beautiful that they have that
Yes.
much planned
It's
out and
really
just to the
sweet.
exact detail.
Sweet. And I'm like, I wish we'd done this for my real grandmas. But now I get another chance. I had
For
another
your
chance to like honor another
British
grandma.
grandma.
Hmm?
There you go.
Yeah.
Weird. Cleveland Balloon Festival.
It's yeah, like the number one image links to an article called The Balloon Fest That Went Horribly Wrong.
What about
Everything
the
about
balloon
this is
fest that went amazingly right?
oh, these are haunting, haunting images. This will be our demise again in the future.
Too
This is
many
how we will
balloons.
all
What
go
do you
down.
if you could have any last words? What do you want your last words to be? I
Oh,
think I would want mine to be there's too many of them,
there's too many,
right?
too many years of my life. Goodbye,
Yeah,
no more.
exactly.
There's too many of them. I'm a big weenie and I just want it to be like something nice about my family.
I had a good life. Thank you, family.
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
you don't want something like comically just like what situation are you in where you need to scream out there's too many
Too
of
many.
them.
Rats or bees or
Right.
balloons.
Or aliens.
Oh, so like what the number is the problem. If there were only like two aliens, you could take them, but there's six. So the
Well,
other
more like 600. That's where it would be too many of them, right?
this has been one of my back burner topics for Captain's Log if we ever just had a slow week, but I'll bring it up now because we
Okay.
accidentally wandered into it. I saw an image of the aliens from Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I was watching a movie video on YouTube, and the host was saying, "Oh yeah, these aliens used to always freak me out when I was a kid." And it
Mhm.
shows the picture of the aliens, which I've seen that movie, but it's been a long time, and I forgot what they looked like. And they look kind of like your normal gray aliens, sort of. They've got like a real long neck, though, kind of like an ET, and just like
Sure.
round head and like big eyes and like a little mouth and like these spindly bodies. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, why were you scared of this? You could take that thing. Look at it. Look how, like, its head's got to be flopping around. It's got, like, these long, flaily limbs. It doesn't look strong. Even if you're, like, 8 years
Could
old,
snap it in half.
you could take that thing. And you know me, I'm a gentle soul, but I'm like lying awake at night. It was some night when like I don't know, I drank too much coffee. I couldn't get to sleep. So I'm lying there just looking at this thing like I could fight that alien. I can't fight anything, but I could fight that alien. Like why are these scary? You can the traditional gray.
Yeah.
What? That thing's like 3 feet tall. It's all head. It is like no limb strength.
Could kick it like a soccer ball and it'd go flying.
Take it. Humans out there, don't be warlike, be gentle to these. But if push comes to shove, like have confidence in yourself. You can take that alien.
I believe that you can win in a fight against an alien. Believe
That
in
was the
yourself.
ultimate message of X-Files. That was how the show ended. Just
Yeah.
Mulder just punched an alien.
Yeah.
And Scully's
If
like,
these
I
things
should have
are
believed you the whole
real.
time.
Yeah. And if these things are real, you can take one too. Um, I yeah. I think I would want some like something funny to be my last words.
Yeah, I'm not prepared to deal with this today. I was just eating cotton candy. Don't make me think about death. I can't do it. Don't make me think about my own death or anybody I know personally. Like the queen is distant enough that I can manage.
Let's move on to something else then.
Okay.
A couple weeks ago, I also mentioned how Tony Hawk was the first person to land a 900, and you were like, "What is a 900?" And I was like, "That is when they spin,
Square.
right? It's when they spin like 2.5 for like 2 3/4 times or something like that." Well, just this past week, 6 days ago, Michi Barusco landed the first 1260 at the X Games.
I
So
calculated
take
this.
that,
This
Tony
is
Hawk.
3.4 circles.
Yeah, wild.
That's too many. How? One, two, three. Jiminy's, that's a lot. That's a lot of airtime to spin around.
Tony Hawk tweeted it
I'm
out, and
amazed
that's
he
why
came down at
I
all.
saw it. Um, right? Yeah. But it was just one of those weird things. I was like, oh, we were just talking
We
about this like
were. We were
last
talking
week,
about how
and
many
they broke
circles
the
a
record.
human can go in.
Yeah, how many circles can a human go in?
Also, Mitchy Brusco is the most skateboarder name possible.
Not more so than Tony Hawk,
I don't know. Like, I feel like
Bam Majera.
if you wrote that name down on a piece of paper and handed it to me and said, "What does this man do for a living?" I probably would say professional skateboarder.
That's
He
funny.
just seems well matched for the career.
So what I want to know is, when are we gonna reach our limit? Like,
Yes.
when will things just plateau and it's not like there's one guy and he's the next Usain Bolt, he's the fastest dude, or he's the next Michi Barusco who can skate and do all of this fancy stuff. When will everyone just even out? Like, that's it, we've reached the ceiling, we can't do any more.
You know what sport is actually reaching that is golf.
I feel like golf reached that a long time ago, if you ask me. But
No, well,
I
we
think
don't
golf is
care
really
about it because
boring.
we're not like businessmen with cigars.
Look, I think
But
golf would be so much more fascinating if the fans, like, sitting there would have those big, like, thunder sticks you get at like
or like
the
a
basketball
poster board,
games.
like at a WWE match.
Right, and they're sitting there with noisemakers and cowbells, like, shut the fuck up, you suck,
I just want golf
and
to be louder.
yes, exactly. It'd be so much more fun. Like, give me extreme golf,
Come on down to Springer's Loud Golf.
right?
18 holes. How many decibels? Is 18 a lot of decibels? It's that many or more.
Give me extreme mini golf, and I'm all in.
This is legitimate science. The golf ball has been engineered to be so aerodynamic that it can't be better. We have made the best golf ball that could ever be, pretty much. And so, yeah, like golf scores as like an
Mankind's
overall
highest
like
achievement.
yeah, like as like a sports history wide thing, like scores or stats or whatever. I watched a video about this once and I vaguely remember it. Stats are starting to just plateau because like we are really reaching the limit of how good anybody can be at golf.
Right?
Like from like an equipment standpoint. And there can be people that are amazing athletes or like, know the game like it's part of their soul or something. But like technologically, equipment wise, I think like landscape wise, like there ain't much more we can do to golf.
Yeah.
My friend and I this week, we were talking about the Coney Island hot dog eating contest.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
now we're like, "Oh, that thing was 4th of July. There's gotta be footage of it online now. Next time we hang out, let's look it up and let's watch the hot dog eating contest because they put the archive footage up on there, and we've done this before. You go on a YouTube deep dive, and somehow you're just on Coney Island hot dog eating contest.
Yeah. It happens to the best of us.
And I think we were saying, like, how long that thing's been going on, like 70 years or something like that, and I'm like, I think that's another sport where how much farther can it advance? Like shot put has been in the Olympics for centuries probably. There's probably been more advances in shot put over centuries than there have been to eating hot dogs over the last 70 years.
I don't know.
It's a
Have you seen that tactic where they dip the bun
yeah, but
in the
like
water?
how long has that
Mind
been
blown.
going on? And like what else are you going to do beyond that? Like I think that's it. Like there's nothing you can't advance dipping the hot dog in water. It's we've plateaued with hot dogs. Hot dogs is this like and like
What if they
you know,
turned it into more of a triathlon where they have the hot dog eating contest and then they
yes.
have to do a like in an hour long Iron Chef thing where they have to cook hot dogs and
First you cook the
like
hot dog to understand the hot dog.
right and
You eat the hot
it's
dog.
they it's how many they can eat, who can make the best hot dog, and then something else like how long you can throw a hot dog or something, right?
I I want
A hot
I
dog
want to
throwing
I
competition.
want to do this a lot. Next time our office has like a picnic, I'm nominating this. We're just gonna throw
Throw
hot
hot
dogs.
dogs.
We'll clean them up afterwards. We're honorable patrons of Creve Coeur Park.
Or like I'm thinking of like, do you just see who can throw it the farthest, or do you have a target and you like dip the hot dog in ketchup and like throw it to mark the target?
I love this.
Or do you take your Toby of the
Kyle,
office
Kyle,
and you
you
throw
need
the
to
hot
know.
dogs at him?
You need to go back to the camp where you won the archery
Right.
competition. Like, I have a new idea, kids. It's me, that fabled archery champion. I'm back with a new sport.
It is I, your fabled archery hero.
You know that picture of me lifting up the big trophy that's in the mess hall? I'm that guy. I grew up. I'm back. I've brought hot dogs and ketchup.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna change your world.
We would do uh we used to do like camp Olympics at the end of the week, and yeah,
Yeah.
there would be like a relay race. There'd be a little archery section. There would be a basketball section. There would have just a whole bunch of stuff
Mhm.
you'd have to do. And I think we did even have like, okay, you have to eat this bowl of Jello without using your hands. Just face in and
Oh,
go for it. Who can eat it the fastest? That's it. End of my story.
I I'm not good at challenges like that. I don't want to do an activity that I wouldn't normally do in my everyday life, which is why I only like trivia because I do that all the dang time.
Yeah.
I did trivia this week.
Oh yeah.
My friend and I went to trivia, just the two of us. We named our team Phase 4. We named our team confirmed for Phase 4
Confirmed for phase 4. I like it.
because they're both giant
Was it
MCU nerds, and we just wanted to hear the trivia host say that.
what was the trivia themed on anything or
No, it's this bar trivia. I've told you about this. It's the company is called Geeks Who Drank.
okay, yeah.
I don't know how widespread it is, but if you find one around yourself, go to it because it's such a fun time and it's like a really good approachable level of trivia. Like it's not too easy or too hard. And it gets like really crazy specific about
Mhm.
stuff, but like in a fun way. Like, oh, I know this. I know this.
That's
Finally,
good.
I get to use this knowledge I have. We did really well. like there's 8 rounds and like they give you your scores after round 3 and after round 6 and we were winning both times. And then we got cocky and started throwing in some joke answers in the last 2 rounds. I
Yeah.
mean, like if we couldn't figure it out, we'd write down a joke answer instead of like trying harder.
Mm-hmm. For example,
Oh, like one of the clues was like an NPR show. Or like that's the answer. The answer was going to be this NPR show, and I don't know anything about NPR. I only listen to podcasts that are like, we're gonna recap all the James Bond movies to you. I don't
welcome
listen to
to
real
the
knowledge.
Whatnauts on NPR. My name is Kyle Springer, and I am joined
See?
by Melissa Wilkinson.
See,
And
this is all I know is that they talk
today,
real low.
we are going to talk about the existential crisis that is facing the U.S. prison system.
I know it's just like calming low noise that people put on for their dogs when they're not home. I've never listened to
Is
it.
that what you put on for your dogs?
I don't have any, but I've known other people to do it.
They actually have a dog channel.
Who does?
The world, humans.
Well,
My,
there's not another option. You have to be more specific than humans. Who do you? Is this a video
So,
channel, an audio channel? What do you mean a dog channel?
it's something you can get on like direct TV and stuff
Okay.
like that. My parents used to have it, and they would put it on from time to time for
Uh-huh.
my dogs when they left. But they noticed that one of my dogs, Molly, would actually notice when that channel is on, because she could see the other dogs and cats and stuff like that, and would be like, "What is that? I should pay attention."
I want in there.
Yeah, and she would like hop up on the like table, like right in front of the TV, being like, "How can I get in there? What?
Let me in.
How did they get in there? What? Are you guys seeing this?" Like, it was the funniest thing ever.
But it was like the you had to come up with the name of some NPR show, and they gave you an anagram. Like if you unscramble this anagram, this is what the show is. And we're looking at these letters, and we're like, we don't know.
Invisibilia.
Like we couldn't even name that many NPR shows for this to untangle into. We were clueless, so we wrote
Planet
down a
Money or
joke
something.
answer and
Mhm.
kept going. And then like, they snatched it away from us in like the last 2 rounds. We
Oh
let our
no.
guards down. We only came in silver, which got us $20,
Oh,
which is
nice.
good.
Tw-
Yeah.
$20 each or $20 total?
$20 altogether. We're gonna
Oh, okay.
split us some appetizers next time we go. But
There you
now
go.
we know, like, don't let our guards down. Constant vigilance. We're confirmed for phase 4 is going to take gold in this trivia sometime.
Confirmed for phase 5 next. Yeah, I don't know, because the only like I've never actually gone to trivia games like that,
Oh,
or
yeah,
stuff.
with Kyle.
I feel like I would like it, but I'm also like, I guess shy would be the right word. I'm not shy in general, but like I don't want to participate. I just want to sit there and watch.
You can sit there by yourself. You don't yell it out. You don't
Well,
stand
I know
up like
that.
you just write down on your sheet of paper and then hand the sheet of paper to the trivia quizmaster host person.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't even go there to compete if it was on my own.
You just want to listen to the trivia and like eat a
I
burger.
would be that guy because I'm lame.
No, you can do it.
I mean, I know I can do it. But yeah, like we did like Bible trivia back in the day at the church camp. That was also one of the Olympic things. Like, you have to answer these 5 Bible trivia questions. Which of you knows your Bible best?
If you didn't know it very well, what happened to you?
Excommunicated. I have no idea. You get kicked out of the church. No. No, there was no real consequence except being like, we won. All right, good for y'all.
Hooray.
It was dumb. It was
Kyle,
dumb.
tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
I am going to get some headshots taken.
Headshots by Deb.
That's one. And that's going to look really nice.
Yes, I'm glad you knew what I was talking about. Glamour shots by Deb.
One of my friends is just having a headshots party. Like, I've gotten good with the camera. I have a backdrop. I have lighting.
Uh-huh.
Just come over, do your hair, do your makeup, get an outfit changer too, bring a prop. I'm just going to take headshots. And like, I don't need them for anything.
I mean,
My office isn't going to do anything with a
you can
headshot.
use it for your Twitter
Exactly.
profile
This
or
is
a more
just like
professional thing when you down the road when you need a new job and you're like, you know what, I can put the Whatnauts on my resume.
see, that's blasphemy. I will never need a different job than the job I have now.
What if the queen dies and your job just crumbles?
Oh, the publisher fails.
Yeah, just you're like, we need to take the whole week off, and just in that week, in that 10-day mourning period, which starts with D-Day, which, by the way, is already taken, so fuck off. But then it's like D-Day, D1, D2, D3, and just in that time, your guys' stock just tanks, and the company disperses.
What's a new publisher? They are our clients. We can serve many a client. This is the benefit of working where I work. But anyhow, yes, I'm getting headshots taken just for like dating profiles and like the Whatnauts website. Because
There you
our
go.
pictures on there, you have like a legitimate model shot, and I have just like an Instagram selfie, and it's the best of my Instagram selfies, but still, it's not a glamorous model shot. So now I'm gonna
It's
have a real
not
one
even a
too.
glamorous model shot. That was me just playing around with my camera and my
No,
lights
but
and
you
my
have like lights and it's a
backdrop and
better
stuff.
camera, and you have like this sultry model pose.
It's fantastic. I love it.
It looks legitimate. You could sneak that into a real modeling portfolio.
Exactly. All right.
Yeah, I'm
So
modeling for Hanes plain white t-shirts
there you go.
and fashion client.
So do you have like specific outfits you're gonna be wearing, or is there some? It's like, this is gonna be a joke one. Here's my 80s themed one with my pigtail to the side and all sorts of stuff like that, or is it just like, hey, we're actually only doing the like
Oh no.
professional ones?
Okay, so the friend's house I'm going to, for their wedding, they did like the legitimate, sincere photo shoots. And then they got out a bunch of antique weaponry and took pictures running at the camera down a field, like screaming and holding swords and axes.
Okay.
So, like, they ain't gonna stop me.
That's great.
I could bring in whatever I want. I thought about it, just like, I think podcasting is like the one domain where I may theoretically need a headshot. I mean, it's an audio medium, but we live stream. You can see our faces.
Podcasting is a visual medium. I don't know what you're talking about.
Go to YouTube. You can look at us.
Exactly.
And I'm like, what if I get my picture taken with like, I bring my microphone in? Like I'm a morning radio DJ or something. Like I'm Fraser
Right.
Crane. Here's me and my microphone. Oh, but me and one of my friends at work, like, we spent like 15 minutes trying to figure out what I would wear. She's like, well, what color lipstick are you going to wear? Is it going to be like a weird one or like a normal one? And I'm like, I think I'm going to do a normal one. And like, we walked backwards, lipstick on down to like, all right, dress, eyeshadow, necklace. Like it's multi-layered. So
There
I
you go.
think I've got a good outfit. And I don't know, maybe I'll bring a second one if I feel wild about it. I just don't want to like storm in like, "Your bathroom is my dressing room now. I'm ready for my close-up."
Is that a Spider-Man outfit? What?
It's been me the whole time, confirmed for phase 4.
Right, exactly. That's fantastic. So you're getting headshots tomorrow. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm excited. I
Good
like to be
stuff.
glamorous.
There you go. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Well, I say we wrap things up there.
Yeah.
We should do a little bit of housekeeping before we get
Yes.
out of here, though. We let's see. Last week here on the review show, we talked about a whole bunch of different immortals and time travels. And
Oh, yeah, okay.
who is the character you mentioned? I completely forgot their name.
Character. Okay. There is a 1950s housewife named Judy Zipper who looks
Judy Zipper.
exactly like Leonardo DiCaprio. Look her up, please. She's my favorite.
Judy Zipper.
Look
Immortals
up Judy
exist,
Zipper and the Cleveland Balloon Fest disaster.
right? We had a fun time last week,
Mhm.
so you guys should absolutely check it out as well. For the review show, we just
Yeah.
had episode 69. Nice.
And of course, there was one choice only to cover for episode 69. We read the first 2 volumes of Sex Criminals.
Yes, and if you don't know, you guys should absolutely go check out that
Mhm.
comic book. It is about two people who find out they can stop time when they orgasm. And so
Yes.
they decide to rob banks. That was a lot of
Mhm.
fun, but coming up on the review show, I decided to go a little bit out of my comfort zone,
Yeah.
and I pitched, or I guess one of the things that I pitched was a romance manga, and this is the one that you ended up picking, and it
Mhm.
is entitled "I'm in Love and It's the End of the World."
Yes! It's it's really charming so far. It's about a girl who's like the ugly duckling. You know, she has a twin sister who's so much cuter than she is. So every time a boy
Doesn't make
talks to her,
sense
he's
at
like,
all because they're
"Oh, I meant the
twins.
other sister. Sorry, not you." So she's used to being so downtrodden. And she goes to a new school. For some reason, she's at a different school than her twin is. And so she's nobody there knows her. Nobody knows there's this better half to her, and this boy likes her, and she's like, "This is no, I can't let this happen. What tragedy will
Something
befall
bad
me
is
if
about,
I
yeah.
allow a boy to like me? This is too much good luck."
Yeah. So it is an interesting one, to say the least. Be on the lookout for that very
Mhm.
soon. We also have a Patreon exclusive episode of the
Yeah,
review
brand
show
new.
for you guys. We actually have 6 of them total.
6.
I haven't released it yet at the time of recording this, but it's literally what I'm going to be doing immediately after this, so it will have been out for a couple days by time this goes public. But yeah, that was on For the Man Who Has Everything. We did a
Yeah.
compare and contrast I cannot say the word episode. There we go. God damn it.
Mhm.
On Superman Annual number 11
Yeah.
and Justice League Unlimited episode 2.
Mhm.
The comic is written by Alan Moore with art by Dave Gibbons. I think this was right before they did the stuff on Watchmen.
Mhm.
So they are
They did the stuff on that.
they did the stuff.
Stuff did by
Stuff
Alan
and things,
Moore.
Lori. So yeah, they are very well known amongst the
Mhm.
comic industry. And then there was an animated adaptation of that exact same story, and
Mhm.
it is a story in which it is Superman's birthday. And Wonder Woman and Batman both arrive at the Fortress of Solitude to give him their presents, only to find that one of his villains has also given him a birthday present. Dun dun dun! So you guys should go check that out. That is on patreon.com/the Whatnauts at the $3 tier.
Mhm.
So you guys should absolutely go check that out. The Whatnauts.com is where you can find all of our podcasts and stuff like that, or you can just search the Whatnauts wherever you get your podcasts, and all of our shows will come up. We also have a new episode of The Reactor Core, all
Oh,
about Money
yeah.
Heist, which is a Spanish Netflix series about them trying to rob the Mint of Spain. And it is fantastic. I love
So if
that
you
show.
want sexy crime or non-sexy crime, you have both options available to you here at the Whatnauts Network.
Lots of crime here at the Whatnauts. Just how I like it. Uh, so yeah, lots of stuff for you guys to check out. Again, if you like what we do here, patreon.com/the Whatnauts is where you can support us. You can support us for as little as $1 a month. You can get access to the live streams of the review show. You can get episodes early. If I can get them up on time. This week I was very bad about that and did not get them up on time. But yeah, we also would like to give a big shout out to the people at our $5 tier. So thank you to Sam and Christine for helping us out so much. You guys help out a ton, getting the money our way so we can kind of just worry about content. It helps out a lot. We appreciate it. That being said, I've talked too much. Melissa, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Wilkywit. That's WILKYWIT. Soon enough, you'll be able to find those glamour shots.
Exactly. And I am at Yo Kyle Springer on Twitter and Instagram. We are at The Whatnauts on Twitter for all the updates for our show, and we will see you guys next week. This has been the Captain's Log episode 62. Adios, party people.
Bye.
Thank you so much for checking out that episode of The Whatnauts Captain's Log. I guess my only announcement is that we don't have a contingency plan if I die. We don't have some big elaborate scheme. There is no flashing light that goes out to the news. So you should probably subscribe to our channel and watch our videos right down here, because there's tons of those you can watch. And then when we stop uploading videos, that probably means we're dead. Or we've just moved on. Who knows?